Hi everyone, Jackie here with Enjoying Life's Journey. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to budget out our first week of June here. If you watched when I budgeted out the whole month of June, we were having some new deductions or expenses coming out of Ricky's paycheck, 401k, health insurance, things like that. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about something. It's actually something that's extremely frustrating for me right now. I'm having a rough morning. I've spent time on the phone with HR for Ricky's work and emailing things, and it's frustrating. So today I'm going to share with you a little bit more raw. I'm still this is how I'm filming. As soon as I saw all of this stuff, I'm just so heated about it that I normally don't share too much of me being upset. Usually I give myself time to collect myself and either look at the positive in the situation or figure out what I can learn from the situation. I just deal with the situation. I have been dealing with the situation. I believe the situation is kind of resolved, not in the direction that I want it to be resolved in, but it's frustrating nonetheless. The biggest thing here, what am I frustrated about? I am frustrated because if you guys have been watching our channel and our journey, sorry, I'm going to get emotional. We are finally getting ahead, and I feel like every time we're finally getting ahead. We started this channel. We were living with my dad, one income, low income. We're still virtually one income. We're still categorized as low income, but we are working our butts off. We've gotten out of debt. We're saving up to get a house. Ricky is working. He's building this career, so he's going to be he's already making more money than he was before. So I feel like we're finally getting ahead. We're finally seeing progress. And every time that happens, there's something else that has to come up. There's some new expense. There's something. Anyway, so I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that can relate to what I'm talking about. As soon as you see a light, as soon as you get ahead, it's so frustrating. So what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about, like I mentioned, the deductions. So when Ricky was given the packet for health insurance and everything, I read everything. When I first read it, it says, the way it's worded, it's kind of hard to understand, but it would cost us 10.9% of Ricky's weekly pay, up to $85, right? 10.9% of Ricky's weekly pay would actually only be like $68. Now, this is where the confusion was. Was that to be paid total for the month, or was that to be paid for each individual paycheck? I was under the impression that it was every single paycheck, and so I told Ricky we're not going to do health insurance for the rest of this year because we couldn't afford it. We can't afford it. That's like almost $300 a month. For us, we're trying to get in this house. We're trying to do it, so we figured we could wait till the next open enrollment, which would be October. So that's what we originally discussed, that we would not have health insurance. We technically still have health insurance through the state, through Access. I thought it was supposed to end at the end of June. We have not got a letter stating that it's going to end. Last year, it ended up lasting us the whole year instead of just 6 months. So if we're lucky, we have it anyway. So I felt there was no reason for us to jump in and try to get another insurance. But then Ricky's boss kept telling him, no, it's only $60 for the month. It's only for the month. So I had told Ricky, because Ricky was starting to seem very upset, like he wanted us to have this health insurance. So I told him, find out from your HR if it is indeed monthly or weekly. So I went back through the paperwork and I reread it, and I said, well, I could have misunderstood it because it doesn't specifically say 10.9% of your weekly pay paid every week. It just says that's the amount, so that could be monthly or weekly. There's still kind of some confusion there. So I thought Ricky had asked his HR department. He didn't. All he did was he brought home the paperwork to then sign up for health insurance. So I signed us up for health insurance. The other thing was with the dental. I thought that was $19 for the month. So that's what we had thought. That's not the case. It's every single week. So I want to show you guys Ricky's pay stub. So this is Thursday. We get access to his pay stub. He gets paid tomorrow. So I'm literally just filming this right as I'm finding it out. I'm not even prepping for this video because I'm just like, I'm upset. I need to update this budget. I need to fix the entire budget, and I want to take you guys along the way. So this is Ricky's pay stub. I'm not showing personal information of our address or who he works for, but you guys know I keep real with you. He gets paid $17 an hour. That was his pay, right? So here is the 401k pre-tax, the $20.40. That's what I budgeted. That's what I estimated. That was correct. So that's good. Child life insurance. I thought it was going to be 10 cents, but it's only 5. So it looks like they only did life insurance for 1 child and not 2 child. So that's whatever. We'll figure that out. Dental also was the $19.13. Again, I thought that was $19.13 for the month. So I thought it would be divided up per paycheck. So I was kind of like, okay, what's that? The dependent life for spouse, that's myself. And then Ricky's supplement life, the $4.16. If you add the $4.16, the $1.38, and the 5 cents, basically gives you $5 and something, which if you look on the budget, right here I just put family life insurance, I put $5.63. So that's basically a little bit less than what I thought. So that's right, that's fine. We're keeping that. Long-term disability, $2.45. I budgeted that it would be $3.36, so it's actually a little less. So that's good. Then all of a sudden, I see this whopping $114.12 for medical. What the F, you guys? So as you can imagine, I see this and I'm like, what? That's not. For one, that's not, even if they said, okay, that is going to be for, say it's paid the whole month, but you pay it the first paycheck, that's still not the $68 that would be that 10% of his income. That's not even the max amount they said it would be, which would be $85. So I'm like, why is it $114? For one, the amount is wrong, and then that clearly showed that I was right on the original thinking that it's paid every week, not monthly. So I called my husband at work, still early, and I told him, you need to call your HR department and you need to find out why is it $114, but you also need to find out, is that every single week? Is that every single paycheck? There's no way we can afford to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. We can't afford, $400 to $500 a month for health insurance, and all this covers is like a basic 1 year you get 1 year checkup, like a routine checkup, and then if you have to go in to see the doctor, you still have to pay the copay, and then our deductible for the family is like $4,500 for the year, so we'd be forking out all this money on our own before they'd start covering anything anyway. So it's just ridiculous. It's insane. I'd rather put that $114 in my own savings account. My bank pays me 1.6%. I'd rather pay myself that, and then if I have to go for a routine checkup or something, I'll just pay for it myself. I was very upset. So Ricky called HR, and he called me back, and he said, yes, that is weekly. The HR lady's contacting corporate to find out why is it $114. But she basically said, no, that's every week. And she's like, I can't cancel your insurance unless a status changes, like you get married, you get divorced, you have a baby, something like that. So I called her, and I'm just like, hey, you know what? My husband totally misunderstood of what it was. The paperwork isn't clear enough. I said, he is the only income we are living off of. We can't afford it. There's just no way we can even afford that. So she did hear back from corporate. They said they made a mistake. It wasn't supposed to be $114, but it is the $85, which I told her still doesn't add up because 10.9% of his weekly pay should only be about $68 or $69. But she said that's what corporate said. It's 85 something, and that we'd get reimbursed the next week. So okay, I'll get reimbursed that, but that still makes no sense. And I told her we want to cancel it. She kind of told me the same thing. She said, well, if you cancel it, you will be penalized with the government on your taxes. And I said, that's fine. I'll take the penalty if that's the case. But I was like, we technically have Access Insurance right now. So, just cancel it. So she had me email her over a copy of all of our insurance cards from the state. So I'm waiting to hear back. So I'm hoping that they just cancel it. Whether we get paid back this amount next paycheck, I don't freaking know. So, I guess my tip for you guys is that you have to pay attention to everything. You need to look at everything, and you need to look at the whole situation. Like, some people might overlook it, and then they just pay it, and then next thing you know, it's like, his take-home pay would have only been like $400 or something instead of $600. That's a lot. That's a lot to have change in your in your budget, especially when you're finally making progress. Like, it's just like, I can't handle it. Obviously, if you guys have medical issues, that you have a chronic condition going on, diabetes, anything else, like, obviously you need the health insurance. And I feel sorry for you guys. I feel bad that you have to pay this. I think it's insane. I honestly think that we should have universal insurance, just like Canada or Australia. If you guys are watching, if you're from Canada and you're Australia, chime in, let me know if I'm correct. But if I'm correct, you guys have universal health care. Am I wrong? I don't know. I think it should just be everybody gets insurance and just deal with it. This is insane. People can't afford this. How are we supposed to make any progress? Especially for people like us who, you know, other than obviously I had a surgery. You guys know I had a surgery, but that wasn't because of an illness. That was because of a past surgical procedure that caused scar tissue. But either way, I mean, I would have just went to the ER and I would have had it dealt with, and I would have dealt with the hospitals with that whole situation. But my girls are healthy. They've already had their yearly exam. Ricky's healthy. Ricky and I have been together since 2009. We've known each other since 2008, and he's only been sick one time. You guys, like, we're young, we're healthy. We don't need to be throwing away all this money. And like I said, I'd rather put that money in my own savings account as my emergency fund and pay it later. It's insane. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that penalty for not having health insurance has been taken away. So even so, we usually get money back. That just means the money we get back is lower. We've had to pay the penalty in the past when we were traveling in the RV. We didn't have health insurance. We just paid the penalty. To me, it's still cheaper than forking out $400, $500, $300 a month for something we may not even use. It's just, I can't handle it. So that's my rant, you guys. This is the situation. So what I'm going to do is, now I have to go on here. I need to change this based on, you know, what's actually come out, what's actually been paid for. Whether it gets reimbursed or canceled, I still don't even know. I have no idea at this point. So the only thing I can do moving forward to kind of protect ourselves from going way over budget is to plan out each of these other weeks as if we were being charged the full health insurance. I'm hoping we can cancel it. I'm hoping that our access just kind of stays with us for a couple more months. Otherwise, you know, when it comes time to do our taxes, we would have had insurance for half the year and not half the year, and that's fine. We've dealt with that before. The other thing I'm going to change on here, because now we are having, you know, this comes out before taxes and stuff. I want things to reflect more of exactly what the pay stubs look like. So I'm going to change all of these to before taxes, and then I'm going to add a column on here for the taxes that are taken out. So I'm going to kind of do that right now. You guys, I'm just so, it's like, why? Like, every time you feel like you're getting ahead, it's just, so I know, I mean, I don't want to sound like a, you know, thing, but I just want you guys to know, like, it's not all rainbows and unicorns over here. Yeah, we're killing it, we're doing good, we have amazing savings right now, but then, like I said, as soon as we get ahead, something goes on. Same thing, when we were traveling in the RV, you know, we felt great. We finally had our emergency savings. We were debt-free. We were traveling, and then the freaking RV falls apart on us. It's just like, give us a freaking break already. Okay, so that's my rant. I'm sorry, you guys. Thank you for your support. I know I'm going to have some lovely comments coming in. So I'll be right back. I'm going to fix what I want to fix. I'll show you what I end up fixing. Alright, you guys, I'm back. I made the changes. I've kind of gotten myself back together. There was one other thing, too, I wanted to bring up, was that our car insurance is going up this month as well. So normally it's about $95. It's going up to $122. So I found this out last week, so I was already upset about that. I tried shopping around for other places, and they wanted to charge me more or a bigger money down or something like that. So we're this is what happens. Like, it was time for our insurance to renew, and they reevaluate, like, the area that you're living in and things like that. Hopefully when we buy our house, we move into a better neighborhood and our car insurance rate goes down. I don't know. So this is what I want to show you what I changed real quick. So I went ahead and I put this, we're going to do income before taxes. And that's just so I can start keeping better track of really what's going on in our finances. So Ricky's base pay before taxes is $680. I took out another week of overtime. I really just, they're waiting for this new project to start. Basically, it's like the company was like, they had to bid against another company. They did get it, so they are definitely like the one that's working that project. And now they're literally just waiting for it to get started, like officially. And when it's started, then they'll have those 10-hour days instead of the 8-hour days, possibly even working Saturdays. So I just took it out. It's not looking like they're doing overtime for the first couple weeks, so I don't know. Overtime though, 10 hours of overtime before tax will be $255. So I updated that. My income has always been before taxes. I'm self-employed, so I always have to deal with that at the end of tax time anyway, so that's what I have. Now what I did was I changed this. So instead of pay yourself first, only I did pay yourself first and taxes. So this one, I tried doing it in the order in which it comes out. So this 401k, it's 3% before taxes. So like I mentioned on his paycheck, the $20.40 that I budgeted was correct, so I left that. I did just adjust that week. Instead of having the overtime, I brought it back down. If this has the overtime, it should be about $28.05, so I adjusted that. Federal tax, there was nothing taken out of this time. I did add a tab. This used to say total, so if I had, money in this category in different accounts, I could add them up and total them. I decided to change it to year to date, so I can keep track of all of the taxes that have come out year to date. This current number is only for Ricky officially being on with this company, so I have to go back to his, because he worked, with this company through a temp agency for the beginning of the year. So I need to go back and find his final pay stub that gives me the year to date and add it to here. So when you guys see me next week, this number will be updated to the correct year to date amounts, but that's what we're at for just this company. So that way we have an idea of what we've actually been paying, taxes on everything. So the next one here is our Arizona state tax. So $9.47 is what came out of that. So I did that evenly across here. And then I just tried to estimate what it would be for the paychecks if they had overtime. Medicare, $7.93 came out. So I did the same thing. And then I tried to estimate what it would be for overtime. Social Security was $33.90. So again, I did what I thought, and I updated what I thought overtime would be. The down payment for the house will now basically be 15% of our income. Originally, I was looking to be able to save $1,000. So I'm going to show you what I did down here at the moment. Like I said, I am going ahead and budgeting out the insurance as it's been taken out for the rest of the month, as if it doesn't get canceled, because I'm hoping they just cancel it and we can move on from that situation. But just in case it takes longer to cancel than I thought, I want to make sure that I don't accidentally blow that money. So I'm going to show you here in a minute when we get to the bottom. So anyways, $620 for the month. That would be 15% of our income here. Our goal is just as much as we can, but that's just what that is. So we're looking at $620. So we'll be able to save maybe $53 from this paycheck. These, again, I color code things because this is what I budgeted. It's not what's actually what we got. These are the actual numbers, his first paycheck. Like I said, I saw his pay stub. You guys saw his pay stub, so I saw the exact numbers. But I'm not going to change the color of them until it's officially to the other incomes in the bank account. So I am filming this on Thursday. I want to just get this up for you guys. Like I said, I had to change this, and I wanted you guys to see what happened. For the rest of the month, that's basically what we can save per paycheck. Again, this is assuming that the insurance does not get canceled. Ricky and myself, still $100. The business, still $100. We left that. Now, I did try to just change up kind of the order I have things here a little bit. Giving, still $100. Now, this is where I changed up. I kind of changed up the way I have things laid out here a little bit as well. So at the top here, I kind of grouped kind of like household type stuff. So I have our rent and water, which is the $9.96. That's the same. Renter's insurance is the same. Groceries, $3.50. So out of this paycheck, we should have $280 designated for groceries, and then we'll finish out with $69.33 on the next paycheck. Personal care, $80. We have our haircut scheduled for next Friday, so I have it coming out of that paycheck. Household, I budgeted $50, so that's out of this first paycheck. Ricky's cell phone, $35. It's out of the second paycheck. SRP, $100 out of the second paycheck. Gas, I did $165. So you can see how I've split it up between the paychecks here. So those are the same. Those didn't change. What did change, like I said, car insurance went up. So $122.13. I'm having that come out of the second paycheck. Car maintenance, like I mentioned, we do need to get 2 new tires for the car. So I still have, you can see here, I have $41.92 still left in my income account specifically for that. So I need an additional $68.08 to make about $110. Car registration we don't need right now. Motorcycle insurance is $21.16. As of my knowledge, this has not changed yet. So I'm hoping that's fine. The car insurance was like the yearly thing came up, and now it's changed. So you can kind of see I grouped together, kind of like house I've grouped together, car type stuff I've grouped together, and then kind of like just personal, together. So Arcadia and Elsa's commission jobs I left alone. And then I updated the life insurance based on what I showed you, what actually came out. So you can see when I add up Ricky's life, my life, and the child's life, or kid's life, it came out to $5.59. So that was updated. It was like $5.60 something before, so I changed that across the board. I changed this, the $19.13, the dental, I thought was coming out for the whole month. It was actually per paycheck. So you can see here I updated it per paycheck, just in case it doesn't get canceled. For, you know, if they really want to be sticklers about it, they could say they're not going to cancel it and that we have to wait till open enrollment in October to cancel it, which if that's the case, like I'm gonna freaking lose my mind, which you guys already saw me lose my mind. Long-term disabilities, I updated that to the $2.45, which is a little less than what I had budgeted, so that was better. So that's $12. And then here I went ahead and changed the family health insurance. Like I said, they took out $114.12. I guess it was supposed to be $85.24, so they said they would reimburse us for the second one. So I'm just saying in the second paycheck, they're only going to charge us $56.36. And I put the $85 across the board in case they don't cancel it. So like I said, that's putting us at $426 just for health insurance. My daughters have already had their yearly exam. They're good. They don't need anything for a year. I've had my follow-ups with my doctor. Everything in the surgery went well. I don't need to do another follow-up for at least 6 months. So I could wait until next enrollment and then get insurance if I want to. Ricky's always great. So honestly, for us to throw away that $426 makes no sense to me. Again, I'm sure you guys have all of your debates. I'm sure you're going to leave your comments down. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously this is going to be different. Like some of you, like you have to have insurance. You can't afford not to have insurance. But at our stage right now, it makes no sense for us to throw that money away. So I'm hoping it gets canceled. If it gets canceled, I will assume this $114 is gone. But maybe we'll get lucky and they'll refund it back to us. I really don't know. I'll keep you guys updated on that. And then I put the Discover card. Like I said, we have a secured credit card right now, and the only reason we have that for the purpose of Ricky's credit score, so he can have some type of a revolving thing. I didn't want to put debt right here because it's not necessarily debt. It's our own money. We gave Discover the money, so once we cancel that card, we get the money back. So kind of just like borrowing from our own self, I guess. So I just put secured card Discovered. We'll have to pay the $20. Basically, it left us with $86.93 for our fun category. So that's, you know, you can kind of see, if you guys watched last week when I did, well, shoot, I think I just posted that video for you guys 2 days ago. So yeah, if you saw the video where I did the budget planning, stuff can change, like instantly, you guys. Stuff can change, and you have to be able to update it. So I encourage you, like, as soon as something changes, get on your budget, fix it. As soon as you spend any money, get on your budget and just make sure you're on budget. And that might seem like a lot of work. Like you might be getting on your budget almost every day for a while to get started, but sometimes you have to do that. So that's the new thing. So on the 1st, which is tomorrow, what we will do, because I know this is the exact amount, we already know this is technically gone, that's transferred into the 401k. My $229 is actually going to be on the 4th. All right, so that way I know 1st and 4th, okay? But that's basically what that is. So I changed that. So then what we do when everything's in the bank account tomorrow, just so you guys have an idea of what I'm doing in case you're not familiar with how I do this. The savings, the down payment savings will be transferred into the savings account. My money will be transferred into my account. The 50 will be transferred into the business. Basically, renter's insurance will be transferred into the necessities account. So our necessities checking account is everything that is automatically withdrawn. It has a due date. It's an automatic thing with the company. I have that in a separate account on our necessities account. Everything else will pretty much stay in the income account unless I feel like taking it out as cash and using it within the cash envelopes. That way we'll just kind of spend it as we go. Same thing, these things down here would have already been deducted, so I'll basically just make these black because it's already spent. The rest of these would become orange because it's in the process of being spent. And then basically nothing fun. Thanks for bearing with me on this one. It was a little emotional. I know I just showed you guys my budget planning a couple days ago, but everything I had was wrong. It was really upsetting. So anyways, I'm going to do our May budget report video for you guys. I'm going to film that here probably next, or maybe I'll film it tomorrow. But I'll have that up probably at the beginning of next week. I'm also going to do my goals report video for you guys. So those are some videos that you can keep an eye out for, basically coming out for next week. And then I do have some more, I mentioned Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps, so I'm going to start going over the baby steps that we've completed and how we completed them, starting with the how to get your first $1,000 starter emergency fund. So keep an eye out for that video. And then I'm probably going to do a separate video specifically on, all of the different checking accounts that I have and who I bank with and all of that stuff. I will keep you guys posted on the whole insurance thing, but you'll probably hear it when I work on the paycheck for the 8th. But you guys, as always, thank you so much for your support. I know a lot of you give me a lot of support with comments. I really appreciate it. It kind of keeps me going. I do enjoy making these videos for you because I hope it can help you in some way. And it helps me to kind of just keep accountable on some of the goals that we have as well. But thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.